YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. How have you guys been? Great? I hope so. I've been great myself. So I wanted to do a 1-year check-in video. It's been exactly a year since I purchased my first home. Yay! In July, the end of July, that's when I purchased last year. And so I'm a little bit early, probably like 2-3 weeks early, but I just wanted to go ahead and get this video out the way because I don't know if I'm gonna have time, and I really wanted to put this out there. So I did my 10 things that I've learned in my first year of home ownership. I also did a video a while back that explained how to purchase a home before 30. So if you guys want to check that out, if you guys have any questions or concerns. So one thing I will say is once I did purchase my home, I had a lot of people reach out to me, and some of them, unfortunately, I do think were not genuine in their intentions. I think that some of them were kind of trying to like size up my pockets. I don't really talk too much about like what I do or how much I make. So I think a lot of people might have been shocked, and they were kind of like, oh, how much did you pay for your home? Oh, like, you know, I'm looking for a home here and da-da-da. And I feel like some of that just wasn't genuine, so I am going to put that out there. But for the people that do genuinely want to purchase a home, they genuinely want tips, knowledge, information, number one, I suggest that you check out my old video. But number two, definitely just reading, research, looking things up on YouTube, and reaching out to a realtor. There's a ton of realtors out here that are interested in just giving you information if you need it, even if you aren't ready to purchase a home. And everyone's home buying experience is going to be so totally different. So you really can't expect your journey to go exactly the way that someone else's did. And I'm not a realtor, I just happened to purchase a home. So honestly, like, I can give you the information that I know, but I think if you really want tips like that are specific to you, your lifestyle, your interests, what you're looking for, your financial status or whatever, like, definitely reach out to someone who's an expert on it. So I just wanted to clear the air with that first. But yeah, so here are my 10 things I've learned in my first year of home ownership. So first of all, I wanted to start out by thanking all of my friends and loved ones and just people that really helped me to get myself in this home. So I did have like a few homeboys who had trucks, and I really want to call out names, but I'm afraid I'm going to forget someone. So I'm just going to like make this a blanket statement. I had homeboys who had like trucks or cars that they were able to help me carry furniture in. I had homeboys that helped me put furniture together. I had guys that would come over and like help me with specific tasks that I just felt like I didn't want to do myself or couldn't do myself, or they were too heavy for me to pick up myself. Just like man work, I guess you could call it. I had a few homegirls that came over and helped me like declutter, sort out clothes, get my closets together. People just came and kept me company while I was painting. I mean, the people that came to my housewarming, people that have just showed love, that have given me gift cards or gifts, or, you know, yeah, just anyone that's just helped me at some point during this process. I am so grateful for you, so thankful, and when it's your turn, I'm going to be right there to help you. So now let's get into these 10 things I've learned for real. Okay, so number one, I learned it's important to live alone before you settle down. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how good it feels to come home to your own place with your own rules and your own things. I actually watched a video not too long ago with a girl who is in a relationship and she has 2 kids, and she was saying how like she wishes that she would have slowed down before she got to that point, because now, even though she's grateful for her family, she kind of has to work around them as far as like decorating, or work around them as far as how she wants certain things to be, because clearly if you have kids, you can't have like a glass house, you can't have sharp objects, you can't have white carpet or white couches, you know what I mean? And then if you're living with a dude, he's probably gonna have his own style or taste, so you guys will have to kind of combine and collaborate rather than you just going with what you want. Honestly, if you live alone as a male, you can do whatever you want. If you live alone as a female, you can do whatever you want. Paint your walls pink, have pink carpet, hang glittery curtains, whatever you want to do. So I just think there's a lot of peace in having your own spot, being able to be one with yourself, your own thoughts. You can walk around naked if you want to. You can cook breakfast for dinner. You know, you can be as loud or as quiet as you want. You can have all of your closet room, all of your storage room without having to have someone else in your space. So I think that this is amazing. And granted, when the right guy comes along, I will be definitely ready for a relationship and ready to share my space. But for now, I do enjoy having my own space. So yes, that's number one. And I hope all of you guys will definitely be able to experience this. Number two, solar panels save so much money. So my home has Tesla solar panels installed on the roof. And basically the way it works is like you generate energy more so when the sun is out, and so that helps to decrease your BG&E bill. Now during the winter months or like the fall when it's not as much sun, you're generating more like electricity that isn't covered by your solar energy. So during that time your solar bill goes down but your BG&E goes up, and then in the summertime your BG&E goes down but your solar bill goes up, if that makes sense, because you're paying to generate this energy but you're not paying for the actual energy from BG&E because you're not using it, if that makes sense. If not, I'm definitely going to make a video on my solar panel experience, how they work, and like I'm gonna try and print out my bills for like summer months versus winter months, BG&E versus my Tesla bill for the solar panels every month. And one thing I can say is that my BG&E bill has been $0 more than once. So that just gives you a little idea of how great they work. I would suggest them for everyone, and on top of them making your bills decrease, it's also really good for the environment, obviously. Okay, number three, I have keep the thermostat between 71 and 77 all year around. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds hard because most people, we Americans love our AC, okay? Like in the car, in the house, we want to be freezing cold. For me, I actually have a really high heat tolerance anyway, so honestly in the summertime, 9 times out of 10 you can catch me driving with no AC, just the windows down. I'm able to lay out on the beach, you know, and just be good. Even my home, I know this sounds crazy, but the whole summer, and so far it's been 2 months in, I guess you could say, because it's like almost mid-July, I've had my thermostat at 77 degrees. And it's crazy because sometimes I'll have people come over and they'll be like, dang, like my friend the other day was like, dang, it's kind of cold in here. And I was like, really? The thermostat's on 77. So honestly, the only time I notice it is when I go to sleep. Sometimes my body tends to overheat when I lay down, and that's the only time that I really notice it. But then I'll just turn on the fan and I'm good to go. So believe it or not, 77 degrees decreases your energy bill, and it's not that hard to live with. If you feel like you just can't do that, I would say put it at 71, 73, 75, something that you can deal with. In the wintertime, I really don't remember what I kept my heat on, but I wanted to say it was like 75 or 73, and I was fine. Once again, none of my guests ever complained about being cold, and if anything, I have multiple bathrobes. I also have multiple comfy pajama sets, and I have a ton of really warm blankets in my home. So if I did ever have company and they did get cold, which like I said, no one ever complained, I have like big thick blankets that they can use. It's definitely just so worth giving it a try. Even if you feel like, oh, I need my house really hot in the winter, or I need my house really cold in the summer, like at least give it a try just to see how much it affects your energy bill. Also, YouTube everything. This is number 4. There were a few things that I had break in my house, and a few things that I had to replace, minor things, thank God, but I YouTubed it. I'm not about to pay people to come out, give me a quote, then pay for their service, then pay to buy the actual part. By that time, I could have literally YouTubed it, ran to Home Depot, and fixed it myself for a lot less money. So 2 things that I did fix on my own was, 1, my toilet seat handle in my bathroom actually broke off, and I was able to YouTube it. I went to Home Depot. It was a piece that cost like $6. I was able, and I had a hard time with it, but I figured it out, and I was so proud of myself, and I was able to fix that. Whereas if I had someone come in, they would have charged me probably $50 to come out and another probably $30 just to fix it. Easy peasy, saved myself so much money. Another thing that ended up going out was my sump pump backup battery in my basement. They call it a basement watchdog battery. And basically, if your sump pump were to go out, or if the electricity was to go out, this is a backup battery that keeps, that keeps it pumping. And so it looks similar to a car battery, but either way, they don't sell the acid in the battery. So what I had to do was buy the battery box and then buy the battery acid and like fill it up and measure it out and then like drop it back in, connect all the cords. So that was pretty scary for me because battery acid is really dangerous, but I was able to get it myself. I bought the 2 pieces. I think the battery itself might have been one something. I think the fluid was like another $50 or something like that. Got it all together, got the battery together, but then I didn't know how to like plug the different things. So I had my homeboy come over. He did it really quickly, really well. Boom, everything was back to normal. So shout out to him because he saved my life on that one. But yeah, honestly, just YouTube everything. You will save yourself so much money. I know as a woman, sometimes we just want a quick fix. We don't feel like dealing, but look, my coin is more important than a quick fix. I'm not about to keep on calling people out to do things that I can do myself. Okay? Number 5, furnishing does not have to break the bank, okay? So I know a lot of people feel like, oh my gosh, like I want this and I want it to be luxurious and I like this coffee table and I want this sectional and this bed. Honestly, I can say my home is nice. Like I like the way my home is furnished. But I did not break the bank with it because, number 1, there's too many cheap websites out here where you can get really nice furniture and they always have sales or clearance. And number 2, there's Marshalls, there's Home Goods, there's TJ Maxx. You can literally find like dining room chairs in there, coffee tables, area rugs, decorative things. Like you can find so much in there. There's Walmart, there's Amazon. Like buy your tablecloths and your placemats and your whatever, pillows, curtains, IKEA. There's so many places that you can go that you can get like high and modern, really nice things for cheap and on sale and on clearance. So definitely don't feel like you need to break the bank just for a look, because trust me, you can have a look on a budget. Okay, so number 6, prepare for the unexpected. Always have a safety net. This is a home, not an apartment, okay? When you're in an apartment, if something breaks, you can call, maintenance comes out. When you're in a home, if something breaks, you need to have a safety net. At any moment, any appliance can break. At any moment, anything can fall and break and bust. For example, my best friend came over for my birthday and had too much to drink and ended up breaking off my towel rack in my downstairs bathroom. And so she like basically ripped it out of the drywall. Wasn't expecting that, had to get that repaired, and that's an unexpected repair. Now, while it may be minor, number 1, it still cost me money, and number 2, it's unexpected. So you can't be out here like, oh, I'm about to wild out, I'm about to go shopping, I'm about to travel, I'm about to do all this stuff and not have any money left over, because you never know. Like, you don't know when you're going to have to replace certain things, and you want to be able to pay your mortgage, pay your bills, live comfortably, and have that safety net where if anything happened at any moment, you can get it fixed. That ties me into number 7, which would be keep up with your upkeep. This is for trees in your yard. You don't want them all growing into your house, growing over your house, growing into other people's property. Keep up with your storm drains, your gutters. That can really cause damage in your roof. If you don't keep up with that, keep up with any leaks, etc., and keep up with your maintenance. Like, when things do break, you don't want to wait forever to replace them or fix them, and that goes into having that safety net. If you don't have a safety net and something goes out, you're going to have to wait to fix it. And with homes, you don't want to do that. You want to stay on top of things, because one thing can lead to another, and then you have an even larger problem on your hands. Okay, so number 8, invest in a high quality security system. People are literally crazy these days, and I don't care how safe you feel your community is. I don't care if you have a dog. I don't care if you have a stay-at-home wife or husband. I don't care if you have a neighbor that watches out for you. Make sure that you have some type of security system in place, because people are just too crazy. Okay? And then number 9, protect your sanctuary. Okay, when I first moved into my own home, I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have so many friends over, and I'm gonna have so many parties, and I do love to entertain, and I do love to cook for people and just have really good times. I love my friends and I love their company. But I feel like sometimes you have to protect your sanctuary. If you allow people to come over, they will overstay their welcome, outstay their welcome. And certain people you just don't want in your home. Like, you can be my friend, but that doesn't mean I want you in my home. I've had certain people here and I haven't had others here. That goes along with dating. I really don't like men to know where I live. A lot of my homeboys know where I live, but when I'm dating, like, I don't think I've bought anyone here that I didn't know. Like, the people I've dated that I already knew prior, yeah, they've come. But other than that, like, protect your sanctuary. You don't want everyone to be up in your house. You don't want everybody up in your rooms. Even when you do entertain, if you have levels in your house, keep them in the basement or keep them outside on the back deck or whatever. Just don't get too open and loose with allowing people all up in your space. Or at least that's how I feel. Maybe you feel a different way. Okay, number 10 is people have this love-hate relationship with the HOA, which is the Homeowners Association. And honestly, I don't hate my Homeowners Association. I like them. The fee isn't terrible. Hopefully it doesn't go up. But they do a great job landscaping, which I really, really like. Also, they do a pretty good job with like staying on top of things. If anything is going on in the neighborhood, good or bad, they send out emails. Every time I've had to email to ask something, I've gotten a response almost instantly. And like whenever I've done things to my home and had to get them approved, they were approved, no problem. So I don't have a hate relationship with my HOA, but I can understand how people feel that way, because some HOAs aren't good. And on top of that, like, you are paying, and sometimes people feel like what they're paying for, they're not getting enough in return or whatever. So yeah, be careful with that. I've seen people lately say when they're looking for homes, they like toggle the box that says no HOA. For me, it's not a huge deal, especially if they're doing what they need to do for the community. So, all in all, my experience with my first year of home ownership has been amazing. I look forward to the many years to come. And like I said, I thank everyone who's been a part of my journey, everyone that's celebrated me, everyone that's been genuine and happy for my accomplishment. And all of you guys who are looking to buy homes, like I said, reach out to realtors, read up, look up YouTube videos, try and get all the information and knowledge that you want for your specific journey and what you're interested in. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.